Hey, it's just so Trish, and welcome to the first video in forever. All right, today is November 2nd of 2022, and I am going to attempt to load a video for every day of the month of November. I haven't done that in years. It's one of those ADHD things, I think. Once you get out of the habit, you just kind of forget. So anyways, today I've really just kind of realized yesterday when we were on the video that like I am 3 months and 3 weeks away from turning 45. Yeah, 3 months and 3 weeks. And not that it really was a big deal or anything, but I've just really have struggled with my health. I don't even want to say with my weight, just with my health in general. I can do really good and then like literally plummet, stress and everything else. And I feel like there's like so many factors that come into that. Okay, one, I'm 45, but I have 6 kids that I had in 10 years. I dealt with some really, really heavy postpartum anxiety. I dealt with death. I mean, in 10 years, you're going to deal with death, but of a parent, 2 grandparents that were literally integral parts of parenting me. Just life in general, just the stress of life, you know, an economic recession, crash, hurricanes, whatever, chronic illness. There's just so much list. I just think if you can get through life at 45 unscathed, then I don't know if you were awake in life. I mean, isn't this for everybody? Everybody has something, right? But I don't know just if it's genetics or if it was what I was taught growing up. I don't make the best choices when stressed. And maybe that is genetics because that's how my ancestors survived some hard times. But would you not know when stress happens, I become lethargic and I just don't want to do anything. I just freeze. I don't have fight or flight. I have freeze. I have like death come upon me. And I eat processed carbs, sugar. I don't eat candy. I eat danishes, donuts, breads, grease. I mean, legit, like my favorite stressed out moments is cooking bacon and then taking the bread and soaking up the grease and cooking it and frying it. This is not what you should do at all. So Hurricane Ian came and took us out. And for the last month, I have been eating hurricane snacks, which really means a free-for-all of all things that feel good in the moment, even if it makes me sick. And I'm just like, and then what happens is like, I don't know if you have this. Do you have this? Like you start that momentum and then it literally just, it's almost like this avalanche of eating style that you cannot stop. And I'm trying to stop. And what makes me so frustrated was I had that, you know, where it goes ding, ding, ding. At the end of May, I got done teaching and I was like, you know what? I need to get my health back in order. And I started working on it. I lost the extra weight and I got down really good. I was walking 20,000 steps a day, just about averaging. And I did that. And I felt amazing. And we went on a trip with my husband and I. We went on a trip to Asheville and had the most amazing time. And from there, I got too exhausted. Like my husband just has amazing energy and I'm just so low energy that, my husband keeps calling me. And he needs to wait because I'm making a video. So he has this amazing energy. And because of that, it just kind of wore me down. And sometimes like I'm doing great, but then I get wore too out. And I think that has to do with like just the fact that, you know, 6 kids in 10 years, raising children. I have to be very careful of my energy. And we went too far. And I came back and I just wasn't in the right place. I was exhausted. And then I'm running like to doctor's appointments and like, I don't know where we live. If you have a chronically ill child, it is 2 to 3 hours to a doctor's appointment, 2 to 3 hours back, and then you're like just brain fatigued. So all that didn't help. So I started on the decline, and then the hurricane hit. And then I literally have had these self-loathing pity parties about how I've lost it. Like, I felt amazing in August. I felt so good. I put weight back on. I'm not walking, just everything. And I kind of had that moment of, I've got to switch gears. I have to do, you know what I mean? Like, I have to click it back in. And I kind of just made the decision, hey, November 1st, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go off sugar. I don't know how well this is going to go, but that means like nothing. Like, look, this is what was riding with me in the car. Like, that's not a good sign. And there's sugar in that. And so, like, cutting out the processed food and really moving away from the excess sugar was my goal. I'm like, I'm going to do that for the month of November. Sounds good. And then I was like, you know, let's kick it off with a mama chat. So I threw a mama chat up. I know, threw a mama chat up out of nowhere and just wanted to touch base and get caught up. And I'm like, you know, and this is how I work. I'm ADHD. So let's give a long list of this is what I'm doing this month. And I will achieve to do it because more kicks me into gear better. Not more is better, but more kicks me into gear better. And I'm going to try and roll out some videos every day this month, and just to kind of get back in the habit, and having that accountability to you often helps me. So I've been doing eye track bites, which turned into Healthy Eye. And I tend to switch back and forth between plans, the old Weight Watcher plans. But I've really stalled out. My brain, the old point system, Conquering Cravings is what it's on Healthy Eye. And I'm sorry, I'm looking distracted. I'm hiding in the car because back when I used to YouTube, my children were young, and now I have teenagers, and their favorite object of aggravation is me. I might have taught them that. And I'm hiding in the car so they won't make fun of me or make faces. And I was so nervous that my son was going to get in front of the car and start doing like, blah. But thankfully he is not, because I'd be cracking up and I'd be like, why are you doing this to me? Anyways, I digress. So I always did Conquering Cravings, and my ADHD has done that like for 20 years off and on, that I can do it to the point like I'm not engaging, and so I'm not really committed, if that makes sense. Those who die with ADHD, like sometimes, like y'all get it, like sometimes we eat, like I never ate these because I was hungry. I ate these because the texture and cracking sounds as I chewed it was like a serotonin boost. Not because I was hungry, but because I was serotonin boosting, because I enjoyed the texture. I don't chew gum. The crunchiness, I don't know how to explain it, but like sometimes I eat because of that. And so, and with ADHD, sometimes if you can do something without any effort, because your brain has figured out how to manipulate it and work the system and all that, you almost need something completely different at all. So I have not wanted to go back to Weight Watchers. I think I have other videos up in the past where I've talked about just, I feel like Weight Watchers really messed me up. Not Weight Watchers, but me. I messed myself up because I almost became so outrageous about food that it almost created like a food eating disorder. And Weight Watchers kind of helped cultivate that. I'm going to say of all the things that really messed up my eating mentality would be keto. Keto and Trim Healthy Mama. I'm going to get hate for this. For me, maybe it works for you, but for me, I instantly began categorizing food as good or bad. Weight Watchers in the very beginning, I never did that. But I learned how to hack Weight Watchers over decades that I could easily just not eat the things I should be eating, because I could eat all these 0 points and I would just fill up and then not eat any of the other stuff. So at no way was sustainable And then, oh, it's ringing. And no way it's sustainable, but it was short-lived, and then it was not something I could live long haul. That makes sense. So I'm like going, November 1st, I did my little video, and I'm like, okay, I need to eat. When am I going to eat? And I'm literally like, I don't know. I don't even know what to eat. I don't even know what I want to eat. In fact, for the last 2 months, I've been eating garbage because I don't know what I want to eat. And I love the idea of the people that like drink the shakes for breakfast. They drink a shake and they're content. I'm not one of those people. I actually don't care to drink a shake. A shake is just a drink, and a drink is not food. I like to eat food. But then I'm like, I need to up my proteins, which I do, but then I become so fixated on proteins and how to get more protein, and I keep off balancing my eating. Instead of eating balanced, I like omit things, and then all this stuff has really happened to me in the last 8 years. My sense of eating balance has really gone out of whack in the last 8 years, which is so bizarre to me, because when I think when I first joined Weight Watchers, when I first learned what it was to eat nutritiously, because I thought I was eating healthy back in the day, which I wasn't. I thought spaghetti was diet food. I'll say that again. That's how it is. I ate all the time. So I lost so much weight. I was in school. I was getting ready to get married. I lost so much weight, like 30 pounds, in the course of probably 4 months, that my people I worked with while I was in school, so people I went to school with, the administration thought I was sick or that I wasn't eating. They were really scared I was not eating. And I literally would open up my lunchbox. I'm like, do you want to see what I'm eating today? And I'd open up, I'm like, all of this is going to be gone. And it was a massive amount of food. Massive. It would be a yogurt. That was back when the Yoplays were in those little like 60 calorie Yoplays. Oh, I loved those things. Like now it's all Greek yogurt. There's a couple good ones, but like I'd go for a 1 point yogurt. I'd have a 1 point pudding. I would have fruit. I would have, I just had all these things in there, and I hardly ever ate a salad. And I was like, I promise you, everything is going to be gone in this lunchbox by the time I leave, and then I'm going to go home and eat dinner. And they're like, okay, you're eating. But I just really it just melted off me. And what's so strange, see, I'm totally all over the place. Forgive me on this one. It's like my husband literally has worked the last few months to lose a pound. Bless his heart. He got to 141 or something like that. 140 and a half, who knows. And he's just 1/10 at a time to 139. He's under 140. So his goal is, that's his line right there, 140. I'm like, your line is 140. My line would be like a hot mama at 140. I'm, 50 pounds up on that. So he just does not, this is bizarre to me, because he barely, you can't even tell it's changing. And here's my weight. Goes up, goes down, goes up, down, up, down. It's just all over the board. And here's my husband's. As mine does this up here. His is down there. But I don't know. So I'm really in the debate, what should I do? And so yesterday morning I was just like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'll do Healthy Eye. That's what I do. So, I did my food. I could not log into Healthy Eye. I don't know what happened. It logged me out. It's not recognizing my username. So I guess that is there was a plan. I had just been watching a few things that Weight Watchers is rolling out a brand new program at the end of the month. And from the sounds of it, it seems like they're taking all the best stuff that they've come up with so far. Because, they roll out a new plan every couple of years, thanks to Oprah. Once Oprah bought in, every few months or every few years, they roll out a new plan. But it seems like they're taking the best stuff of all the plans, but then they're going back to the simplicity of what it used to be. And that's what always worked for me. And so what I really like is that it counts fiber. My body has to have fiber. Drastically has to have fiber. And when they had the fiber count towards the points, it worked for me. When they removed fiber out of the equation, it was a hard job to make that program work for me. So I went and looked, and I said, you know what? My brain can't. I can calculate an old Weight Watcher point in my head. I can look at this and tell you that this right here is 3 points per serving just by looking at it, because I can do the math. I don't know the math equation for the new points program, so that's actually a benefit to me because I can't tweak the system and go micromanaging the world. So like the one, whatever it is, I think it's Weight Watcher Blue. I have no idea, but I went and signed up because yesterday was like apparently the last day for $10 a month for 10 months, and then you go and pay. Well, at $10 a month, that takes me to August. Compared to typically it's $23, $25 a month. That would take me 4 months. So anyways, I was like, you know what? Let's just go back on it and let's just do it. So I made the commitment right then and there, and I logged my breakfast. So I guess the big part is you get extra points by sugar and saturated fat. You get lowering points as protein, fiber, and unsaturated fat. So I like that. It's making sure in their little magic equation, they're making sure you are having protein, which I need to have. They're bringing back fiber, or they brought back fiber. I don't know. I've been gone so long. I have no idea. They brought back fiber, and you know, they're maintaining that balance of fat, and they're keeping you away from sugar. So I'm like, oh, this could work. This could work. So I'm trying it. I did one day. I almost, and then my 3 goals for myself is, cut sugar out, track all my food, and do 10 to 15,000 steps a day. So 10,000 is my minimum for the day. 15 is the goal. So I'm good somewhere in there, because 20,000 was amazing. I felt phenomenal, but it's not something I can keep up with. You know, it's not something I can keep up with. So by the time I ate my points, I made a really great dinner, Verde chicken chili, something like that. I had points to spare at the end of the day, but I had like 6,500 steps. It was rough. So I began doing the pacing around, and I was like, I'm just going to get to 7,000. Then I got to 7,000, and we're still up for something else. So I'm like, I'll get to 8,000. I got to like 9,300, and everybody's in bed. I'm like, you know what? And my husband usually like, just come to bed. And last night he was like, you got this. I support you. I'm not even gonna ask you to be quiet. Get to where you need to be, and I'll see you when you come to bed. And there I stood in front of the bed, just doing my little steps in front of the, in place to get to 10,000. So I hit my 10,000 mark, which is my goal. So I'm like, I felt good at the end of I woke up this morning going, I finished a day I didn't even know I was going to have. So that is kind of my plan. I'm just going to go one day after another, one day at a time, and count down to 45. And my goal is to feel as good as I did in August, which is plenty of time, no doubt, plenty of time. But just kind of shifting that mindset, because sometimes it's like, oh, I'm going to turn 40, but just that mindset of like turning 45, let the next 45, let's live to 90. You've done the last 45 years this way. Let's do the next 45 years. Let's live in a way that I can be productive with the body I have. I'm not saying I want to be a hot mama. I mean, that's not bad. I'd be content with a hot mama. But let's make sure I'm healthy enough to enjoy and be useful. And it's so fun because because of the hurricane, we have a friend staying in our camper because his house went out. And we're laughing because he is as energy as my husband. So the two of them are peas in a pod. But he is the age of my dad. And he does not act like he's in his mid-60s. You would not know by the way he goes. And I'm just like, I want to be that healthy. He's complaining. He's like, I got a bruise that's not healing. This is not normal. And I'm like, what? You're in your 60s and you're now I'm like, I live with that issue. And it's that different mentality. And it's going, I want that to be my problem at 60. I don't want to be living like I'm 60 now. And so that's kind of like my motivation. Like, So anyways, this is your little morning with Trish, just so Trish, and just dealing with counting down to 45, getting healthy to 45. My little Wellness Wednesday or something or another, whatever. No titles for that. But I'm going to see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. I hope this gets posted. And I don't know if it'll be a live chat or a video. We'll see how it goes. All right, I will talk to you later. Peace out, my friends. Peace out. I'll talk to you then. Bye.